Some of them, I don't know how well they're voted on, and how they can really, who can determine who the best offensive lineman in the country is.
Right.
But now this award I have a lot of respect for because it's a group of guys that played offensive line.
Aaron keeps that circle pretty tight.
Yeah, well, they watch him.
Yeah.
I've had guys come to practice. I've had guys come to games. You know what I mean? So to me, they're out there doing the work of really voting on award and making, whether you agree with them or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like last year, I thought we were one of the finalists. I'm not saying we were the best offensive line in the country last year. I thought we should have been one of the finalists, but I respected their decision because the work and the time that they put in, and so be it.
So you guys, you're a Big 2, you're in the Big 12, you run a wide open offense, the wider splits and everything, but you teach them the same thing that they would do in the NFL or in a more traditional offense.
Yeah.
How much more athletic do they have to be able to do that stuff in the space that they're required to do it in?
We're not, there's some plays and there's some schemes where we'll have wide splits. We're not as wide as we used to be at Texas Tech. We're a different offense than that. There's some schemes, some plays, some different things that we will widen them out, but you have to be more athletic, obviously for the pass game. We do a lot of double pulling, which is a little bit different than what most teams do. So obviously we want big dudes that are athletic. You still got to have size.
Right.
So we're trying to kind of create the best of both worlds in that situation.
Does that kind of, as you send more into the NFL and they have success, does it make it easier to recruit? Do they start saying, okay, this is a place where I can be developed?
Yeah, I think so. I think the one thing with recruiting that you find out more and more is most kids, for the most part, stay close to home. Mm-hmm. That's reality if you go back and look at it. That's just the way it is.
I did a big study on it in 2009 where I mapped where everybody's recruits came from.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. It is 250 miles. That's
people stay close to home.
Nobody wants to go more than that.
But that. Now, can we get everybody interested? Yeah. And that happened when I first got to Oklahoma. And I've been in great places, but, most places I was at, which helped me in recruiting, I would call a kid and I would have a good conversation with them. And most of them at the end would say, hey, Coach, I appreciate your time, but I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, thank you. Appreciate not wasting. But, if you call from Oklahoma, I'd never in my life have had a kid, I don't care where he's from, say he wasn't interested in Oklahoma.
Right. So you got to at least check it out.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But then you also, because my first year I spent a lot of time chasing kids around the country, and I knew in the back of my mind, I'm like, this dude is not, like I was a kid from LA. And I'm like, I know he's not leaving, but he's come out here, you know what I mean? He's always calls me and talks to me, and you got to do it. Just at the slim chance that it may happen. But I knew he was staying at home, so that's tougher to figure out.
Now, the offenses that are run in high school in Oklahoma and Texas, do you have to project quite a bit to see if they're going to be able to do what you need them to do?
You can see it. You can see it on tape. You know what I mean? You hope you can. Recruiting's a game that you never know. You do the best you can. You try to go see them practice. You try to talk to as many people at their school, the coaches, people that have played against them. Hopefully get them into a camp, where you can coach them and see how they can take coaching. And, there's a lot of things that go into it, but it's not an exact science, but you can, for the most part, except for if it's a wing T type option offense, that gets a little bit tougher to say how are they going to translate into pass protection.
They're not doing that.
They don't ever do it. You know what I mean? And that's the hardest thing to learn, to me, is pass protection. So that's the one that gets a little bit.
So these spread offenses where they're in 2-point stances the whole time, you're at least seeing how they move in pass protection. I guess you see how they move when they're, because blocking an inside or outside zone out of a 2-point stance requires some athleticism.
No doubt. You do. That, like I said, there's very few, and even we're recruiting a kid now that plays in that league, and he's so athletic and physical and stuff. I mean, no, we're going to recruit him. I got to teach him how to play.
Right.
You know what I mean? But do you know how it's going to ultimately end up?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
That was to say the toughness piece of it. How important is it to be able to get them in camp and see them in person?
I think that's huge. Our camps, especially, it's the only padded camp I've ever been to.
Yeah.
We actually don't even do it anymore. I wish we would, but
Furman used to do that when I was growing up. That was the only for O linemen.
Yeah.
It was the only one you could go to where you got doing pads.
Yeah. No, we did it.
Yeah.
We did it pads, or we did last year. No, that was awesome. We did get a chance to do it pads, but most camps don't. Most states, I think a lot of states are going to where you can't even go to a pad. Like if you're from Texas, I don't know if it's true in Texas. And I know a lot of the coaches don't want to, but where you can't go to another state and go to any padded camp. You can only be non-padded. So that's tough. But again, a lot of places we're recruiting, especially Texas, have spring ball, so you can see them practice.
How much is the way practice has changed what you do in terms of hitting, drills that include contact?
The only thing that's changed for us, and we do it more at the end of the year, we've always done this, is we've kind of leveled off at the end of the year. Try and go as hard as we can in the spring. In the first couple of weeks in fall camp, try to get a lot of it in. And we'll still, we go good on good inside. Yeah. We just did it on Tuesday. Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're still doing that. Yeah, so it's ones-on-ones and inside. We do a team run, so we're doing that against our defense, and we're hitting. Now we limit the amount of reps at this point.
But you're still doing it.
You're still doing it.
Yeah, that's what
you have to.
Well, it's interesting because the teams that get to this level are the ones that keep doing that.
Yeah.
I've talked to some coaches where they've taken over programs where they just stopped.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it, and it doesn't work.
No, you got to play football to be good at football. I mean, that's just how it is.
So it's good to meet you, Bill.
Hey, nice meeting you
Thanks
too.
a lot.
All right, man.
Hey, Bill. John Hoover.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
I'm trying to ask around about how, listen, a good offense is a good offense, and a great offense is a great offense, but how in the heck do you produce the Heisman Trophy winner and the #1 ranked statistical offense back-to-back years? What is it about Lincoln Riley's offense? There's a lot of pieces there that are good pieces, I know, but schematically, there's some coaches around the country I've talked to that are very impressed with what he's been doing.
Yeah, to me, and it always will be this way, it starts with players. And that's, I'm not just saying. Sure. I mean, you can't have bad players.
No, Joe Mixon, Samaje Perine, D.D. Westbrook.
We've got good offensive linemen. I mean, that's where it starts. I mean, you can have the greatest schemes in the world, but if you can't block people, you know what I mean? You can't get open, and you can't, see an open guy as a quarterback, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, I've been very, very fortunate to be around a lot of great coaches, offensive coaches. I mean, Leach, Dana Holgerson, Sonny, and Seth. I mean, you can go down the line. Guys that Heupel, I mean, look what Heupel's doing out there, and he did a great job here, I've been around a lot of good dudes. He's as good as I've ever been around. I mean, I think it's just, Lincoln, it's just, some people have, you just see things maybe a little bit differently, you know what I mean? And you can understand how a defense is going to react to a route that you're running or a blocking scheme or, something like that. And he's not afraid to think outside the box. Right. I mean, he's not afraid to run plays that, hey, man, this may seem weird, but what do you guys think? And I'm like, hell, that's a pretty good idea. Let's do it. You know what I mean? And, something that a lot of people probably wouldn't think of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's willing to adjust. I mean, he came here throwing the ball 60, whatever, 70% of the time. Come here and his developed and added on to the run game, and then adapted to a quarterback like Kyle, a guy that can run. And obviously we use him a little bit more in the run game than we had Baker or somebody else that we may have, back there. So just adapted to, obviously good players, actually great players. We've had great players, and just having guys that are committed to being great and go out there and work and prepare the right way, and then coming up with schemes and plays that we feel like are going to work.
The trigger man is obviously an important piece in Baker. Look what he's doing now. He's obviously a special player. Kyler, another one, special player. But there's something in the relationship they have, or the way that they learn from Lincoln, where when there's what Nick Saban was saying earlier, there's plays that have plays built in, that have other plays built in. They branch off what Oklahoma can do play calling wise. To have a quarterback who can process all that like this as it's going around, is that what, as good as anything, as much as anything, it's the quarterbacks who can process what he wants them to do?
I think so. And you know what the crazy thing is as much as it may look like it's that different, it's not that different to our players. You know what I mean? It may, and I know what you're saying, I know what he's saying, you know what I mean, but it's a slight thing. It really doesn't change a whole bunch for our players.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It may be a formation, it may be a route, it may be a route adjustment, it may be a run, it may be the path to back, something like that is very slight, but it's the same play to us. You know what I mean? But it does look different to a defense. So it's not, we're probably, we're a lot more complex than we ever were at Texas Tech, but we're probably not as complex as, I'm not saying it's easy, don't get me wrong, but we're not as complex as maybe somebody on the outside watching that doesn't really understand.
Ruffin explained that there's some similar deep route concepts and some similar run concepts to what Art Briles did at Baylor. When you think of Baylor, your first thought that maybe comes to mind for the layman is spread offense, throw it around. But they spread you out and run with power, which is what you guys are doing.
Yeah, no doubt. That's, is there similar? I think there's probably similarities to a lot of people. I mean, you go back to when we were at Texas Tech, and we'll take plays from anybody. I mean, if it's a good play, we're going to take it, maybe adjust it a little bit to fit what we do or how we want to do it. But, I mean, we'll watch high school tapes and see that's a good play. Right. I mean, we're going to run that play.
That's where Art got his start.
Yeah. In the NFL. I mean, it doesn't matter. A good play is a good play. Right. Now, some good plays really don't fit you or your personality or your personnel, and we won't do it, even though they're a good play. But if it's a good play, we'll look at it and try to find a way to make it work within our system.
I saw a